Hi, everybody. How are you doing? And I just wanted to um, join you today and talk to you about all these great things here. I'm just making sure that my Zoom chat is working. And so I hope everything's working good here. I hope you can hear me okay and that this live is going well for us on YouTube. I've never done this before, so I'm playing with it to make sure that it's going okay. And I just wanted to um, check it out here, see how it's going, and good. Okay, so I just wanted to just welcome everybody here. Hi, my name is Becky Raney, and I just wanted to welcome you and tell you a little bit about what I'm up to. No kidding, now more than ever today, I decided that I am going to shed off all my fears and actually start doing more live um, videos, more live chats, and do 5 to 7 a day. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm in a challenge. I'm in a competition, and I really want to take on and do something that's going to be really powerful and impactful for people. So I decided to share my story. I decided to come up with something to go along with the doTERRA's 21-day challenge. It's going to happen starting February 1st. I wanted to join that challenge along with having our own challenge that Larry and Becky are going to do. And we have a list of amazing things that we're going to start doing. We're going to, starting February 1st, we're going to have um, meditation, yoga, all the tips and tricks that I do to help my mindset, all the habits that I do on a daily basis, living the life of what Becky does on a daily basis, how I cook with the oils, clean with the oils, what I do to help support making soaps and DIYs, cooking. There's so many fun things you can do with the oils. It's incredible. And so, the reason why I decided to do this, because no kidding, these new products that doTERRA have, I've been using them for 3 or 4 days now, and, wow. I, wanted to talk to you a little bit about my journey first, so you can get some background and understand why I'm so passionate about these oils. My background, my whole life, I suffered with stomach ailments. My whole life, I had stomach issues. It would come and go, worse times in some part of my life, and then it would be fine, and then it would come back again. And I can remember back in the 3rd grade, I was diagnosed with ulcers. Like, I remember my stomach just burning up and I remember one time we took a trip to town, which we never did growing up. We didn't grow up as a rich family by any means. We were pretty poor. Mom and dad worked very hard. They did everything to provide for us. And I remember one time we went to dinner. I don't know if it was a birthday party or something special, but it was a 45-minute drive from where I grew up into Bellingham. And I remember we went to a Mexican restaurant, and oh, everybody in my family loved Mexican food, but those spices, they did something to my stomach that would make me get really hot. I would turn on fire, and I would just like have to run to the restroom. Like, everything just kind of got messed up inside me. Even the smell of the spices affected my stomach. And I remember just, oh, did not want to go to the Mexican restaurant, did not want to eat there, but I was being very quiet and very good. And so finally, we were ready to head home after I spent half of it at the restaurant in the restroom. I remember in the car riding home with my cheek up against the glass window where it was really cold and it felt so good. And I remember crying, just like, just so like nobody cares. Like, I really didn't want to eat there, how much it really affected my stomach, and how I didn't know if I was going to make it home or not without having an accident. And it just really was just the way my life was growing up. And, mom, I finally got diagnosed with ulcers. And then as I was growing up, when I got into the 7th grade, there were pictures of me walking around with a bottle of Maalox. Now, I don't know if many of you know what Maalox is. You can't even buy it now because it was so bad for you. But it was like this chalky, milky, gross stuff. Even talking about it makes me want to gag. But I would drink it all the time just to try to keep that fire under control in my stomach. I remember taking a test in I think it was 7th or 8th grade, and I was so nervous and upset about the test. I had to go use the bathroom like 3 or 4 times, and, it just was just awful. I just it was just awful to grow up and to have to try to hide the side effects of what these, stomach issues that I had were. And then I remember when we got married, Larry and I got married, there's a picture of me with a bottle of Maalox in the limo. I mean, me and Maalox, I mean, I hated it, but it was one thing that maybe for 5 minutes just put a little bit of relief on things. And as we started running our business and the stress and the deadlines and all of that stuff just really ate away at my health. When the economy crashed in 2008, I really truly could not deal with myself. Like, I was so stressed out. We had to lay off the best employee that we had. He was just an amazing employee, and it made me sick to lay him off. Um, and we just had to do everything we could to make ends meet. We had just finished building our dream home, and then the economy crashed, right? We didn't know if we were going to keep our business and if we can keep our home. And so we did everything we could. I think there was a whole year where I didn't sleep. Like, I would go to sleep at night, like lay your head down on the pillow, and then my mind would start thinking about all the things that need to happen. And next thing um, it wasn't next thing. It took all night. It was time to get up, day and night, day and night. I had to live like that. And of course, because I wasn't sleeping, that made my emotions more upset. That made I was tired all the time. My brain fog. I mean, not only was my stomach just an absolute mess, but my brain fog, because when your stomach is so inflamed, it's not getting the nutrients to feed your organs and to feed your brain and to help you think clearer. And so I wasn't sleeping at night. My cortisol levels were way shot. My stomach, I couldn't eat anything. And I was very irritable. People didn't like me. I just hate to look at those times because it was just really, it just actually it makes me very emotional to think about it because it was very trying for me. And to have a good face and try to be strong and try to you know do all the work that needed to be done without anybody knowing any different. And anyway, we were going to doctors. Like, I went to a naturopath. Well, first I started with regular doctors, of course, doctoring my whole life. They never were able to figure out what was wrong with me. I remember one time when I went to a doctor, he said, "There's absolutely nothing wrong with you." And I'm looking at him going, "I'm not making this up." He goes, "Well, maybe you have something psychologically damaging to you. Maybe you need to go see a psychologist." And it took everything out of me to not climb over the desk and strangle this guy. I mean, like, come on, I'm a good person. This is not normal. This can't be normal. I can't be living my life like this anymore, right? And so just struggling and struggling. And he gave me some printouts. They were copies of a copy of a copy of a copy of maybe I have gluten disease. He didn't even know what it was. And so I started doing more research and more studies. And then I went to a naturopath that my niece recommended because she had stomach issues too. And the naturopath, she gave me a vitamin B12 shots or something. And I had to put those in my leg every day. And all these different things I was doing to try to get myself back on track. And, her probiotics didn't work, her enzymes didn't work. I went through probably 5 or 6 different kinds of sets of probiotics and enzymes at the naturopath. Finally, we took some food allergy tests, and it's a blood shot. It was probably like $400 worth of a test that I had to pay out of my pocket. But I was 100% allergic to eggs, dairy, corn, legumes, peas, um, soy. Did I say almonds? Um, Meat, I couldn't my stomach wouldn't process, red meat. It's not that you're allergic to it, it's just that there you have more of an intolerance, you know? Sugar, oysters were showing up, pineapple, the list went on and on. And when you start doing studies and really researching like the different names for many of these ingredients and processed foods, you look at the back and do you know how many different names there are for sugar? Like sugar will really make you go high in adrenaline and then you crash and then you get high and then that really is so bad for our body and metabolism. And and all the different ingredients, like when you go to the store to buy processed food, like maybe it's cereal, or maybe it's yogurt, or maybe it's bread, and you look at the ingredients on the um, food colorings, the preservatives, the fillers, like if it's flour that's wheat, flour that's made out of gluten era, not gluten, but all the different kinds of flours you can buy. I mean, there's so many different. I was allergic to all those different kinds of things, so I had to go through and figure out the list of all the different things that I'm allergic to. And so I carried around a business card. I printed up business cards of all the things that I could not eat. And when I went to the grocery store, just so I can remember like that different name for sugar or that different name for milk, like Caseon or all the different names that come with these ingredients so that I wouldn't continually spiral down. And it seemed like for a while I was able to do sugar or not sugar, corn. And but I that was pretty much the only thing I was eating. I was doing corn grits and corn vegetable. And then I all of a sudden one day I could not. I was so messed up with my stomach. And when I tried it again, I still couldn't do it. And you know, the spiraling down effect comes from when your stomach is so inflamed, it just is really starting to yell loud now. I came down with frozen shoulder and that was the tipping point where I actually nobody could hug me. I couldn't move my shoulder. It just hurt so bad. And it happened like within a day or two. Like, you know, you feel like maybe gosh, I hurt my shoulder. And then you don't use it. And then the next day it's like, wow, I can't move my shoulder. And then the next day, like, don't touch me. My shoulder is in so much pain. And I went to Brad. He's a friend of ours. He's a chiropractor. And he showed me a chart. He goes, Becky, look at this chart and he taught me about my hormones and about the cortisol levels. He taught me about what the nerve system is to your stomach actually is talking to my arm. We're all connected. And my arm was just saying, Becky, I'm telling your stomach's not working right. Now I'm going to say your arm's not working right. Your brain's not working right. You're not sleeping. Stop. Stop. Pay attention to me. Give me some self-care. And you know what? I'm one of those people that totally, 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 totally would walk into a wall and wonder where the bruise came from a week later. Like I am just bam, 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 do things all the time. I'm always working and never stop to take care of myself. Well, this was a wake-up call. And I remember one of my employees, she actually took me grocery shopping because her daughter had food allergies and she was helping me find things. And she actually got discouraged because of all the different processed foods that are out there. It's either filler with almond or filler with soy or filler with beans. And I couldn't do any of those. And no milk, no nothing, you know. And so anyway, to make a long story short, a girlfriend came into the store, into our print shop, and she goes, how are you doing, Becky? I haven't seen her like in 10 years. And of course, you know, like anybody else that has major food issues or major health issues, I'm like, whoa, you know, I just totally chatted with her and told her that, you know, I'm just a mess. I'm just upset. I can't focus. I can't think. Gosh, talk about not thinking. You know, that brain fog. If you have brain fog and can't think, it's because your stomach is not healthy. And I remember that brain fog. One day I took an order over the phone and I'm like, okay, I can remember that. I hung up the phone. Somebody asked me a question. I could not remember who I talked to on the phone and what they ordered, like that quick. And I remember turning to my employee and I said, you know, I can't do this anymore. I'm going to totally make major mistakes. And if I can't remember what I'm doing 1 minute to the next, there's something seriously wrong with me. So anyway, my other girlfriend came in the shop and she said, how are you doing? I told her what I was doing. And she goes, you know, I might have something that would help you. If I let you try it. If I brought it to you, would you try it? And I'm like, nothing's helped me. You kidding me? But she went out to the car. She came back in and she had a bottle. I think I brought it in here with me. Nope, I don't have it here. Yep, here it is. A bottle of essential oil, digestion. I looked at her and said, that is crazy. Are you trying to sell me snake oils? Like, I'm who are you? You're just some hippie. What is going on, right? I was just so mean. I was so bad. I look back and I'm like, I'm even embarrassed to tell this story. But she goes, Becky, trust me. Just take a drop. And even when you smell it, it just smells amazing. But take a drop, put it on your hand, and rub it on your stomach. Just rub it on your belly. I'll do that right here. Just rub it on your belly. And when you have food allergies, you have major stomach cramping, bloating, you're gassy, and you just crampy. And of course, all the other symptoms that go with it. You run into the bathroom all the time, can't use the bathroom, just a lot of stuff, right? And I rubbed it on my stomach, and that gas and the bloating just went, whew. It's like, wow, like within just 15 seconds, like no kidding. It was just like, oh, like you can breathe again. Like there's this calmness that came over me. That got my attention because with all the different medications that my naturopath wasn't able to do, this within 15 seconds made a complete difference for me in my life. It gave me my attention. Now, of course, one drop of oil, maybe an hour or two later, when my bloating kind of comes back, put another drop on and whew, and then again. And then the more I was on top of it, and over a period of time, about a week or so, I was not getting bloaty and gassy. And I was able to really start to really get on top of it and feel like there was hope for myself in my life. And there's nothing better to be able to start to have energy again, to be able to start thinking clearly again, to be able to smile again, to be able to just, have my arm back. It was just incredible. And so, I went over to her house, I signed up, got a kit of oils, and just life has never been the same. Um, One of the huge things that made an impact for me was the lifelong vitality supplements. And I will go more into that on another video. But once I started doing those, this is how bad I was, you guys. I was so bad. I totally was like, no, don't even try to put me on an email when I signed up. I said, I run a real business. So don't even talk to me about an email. I get way too many emails. Don't bug me. Don't call me. I don't want to be pestered about doing this all the time. And so she didn't. She was great when I signed up. And then I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to have these, oils sitting in my shelf at home and I'm never going to use them. Why did I buy these? Why did I allow myself to be talked into this? Blah, 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 you know. And but they were working. The I didn't want to tell Larry because you remember the economy crashed and we had zero money. We had no money. So I put this on a credit card, right? And I didn't tell Larry about these oils. And when they came to the house, I hid them from him. So he didn't know I had them. And one night he had heartburn really bad. And this was just like a week after I had the oils. And he had heartburn really bad. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what oil, but this would be a great opportunity for me to introduce the oils to Larry. I have no idea which one's going to work, but I do know he loves oranges. He loves oranges, so I'm going to grab the wild orange. And so I went into the bathroom, grabbed the wild orange, came back to the bedroom, and I said, "Here, put a drop on your hand." And he rubbed him like this, and I said, "Then go like this and smell it in." And so he put that wild orange on here, took a deep breath like that, and his heartburn went away. I'm like, the heartburn went away? Like, he's like, what was that? It totally went away. And I'm like, you're kidding me. Like, like, even to this day, I wouldn't reach for wild orange for heartburn. I would have gone with the digestion, right? But the wild orange, totally, like, he was impressed. He's like, oh my gosh. And then I started sharing the oils with him and like, da da da. Anyway, that was a segue, uh, a step. I squirreled on you on that one, but But as I started introducing the supplements into my diet, and the probiotics changed my life. The probiotics introduced the new bacteria in my gut. The enzymes helped my body break down the foods that I was more intolerant to so I can at least start feeding myself again. And wow, incredible. So I'm really excited to share with you my journey on this 21-day challenge. And I would love for you to actually click on this link here. And I have a free download for you to download. And it's a survival kit guide. The survival guide is going to be incredible for you. Please download it. It includes recipes, how to use the oils, their safeness, and it's all completely free. Please click on that, download today. And I look forward to having you join us on my Facebook group page. That it's all free. And of course, if you wanted to um, start with an enrollment kit with the protein powders that I started doing that were incredible. You get oils, you get the supplements, you get the probiotics, you get the enzymes. It's incredible. And it's an enrollment kit and it's 10% off. Now, if you want to do that too, you're more than welcome to. But I would love to just have you join our journey and just have some fun. We need fun in our life right now. There's been way too much upset and toxicity going on over this last year. And let's have 2021 be a time for change, a time for renewing our body, and most importantly, take this time for you. Let me get emotional. For you, take this time for you because we don't have another you. You don't have another body. You don't have another chance if you get cancer. You need to take now and build up your immune system. Now more than ever is the time to stop and recharge your batteries. Take on, get your immune system built up, get your gut healthy, get yourself back on track, and build those habits that are going to take on and help you have these habits for life. Anyway, you guys, all in on oils. Becky Raney here, and it was a pleasure. Thank you for spending your time with me today, and I look forward to seeing you on my Facebook group. Love you. Talk to you soon.